You are most powerfully positioned to serve your former self. My former self was lost, trying to find a way, not a lot of guidance, fear, stress, building a family, a marriage, trying to raise healthy humans. Hey, I want to open up 2, 3, 5 offices. I've been pushing really hard. I've been in practice since 2016. So let's sell them. Let's exit, maybe go into real estate. Maybe I want to practice, but only 2 days a week. Like that was my mentality. You're responsible for your health. You are responsible for your life. And we are not here to save you. We're not trying to save you. We're trying to show you the light and be that standard so you can follow it for your family and your team and your life. Go out there and just pick someone off the street and say, I need you as a doctor because I need a body. This is an investment into the company. This is an investment into higher quality of care. I've seen them grow faster than they can keep up with the support. When you catch success, Wade, people will accuse you of your selfish motives, ulterior motives for money.
You connect with people in a way that a lot of chiropractors, a lot of practitioners don't. What was your motivation?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, part of it was in order to really grow Freeform, the movement, I felt like I had to put myself out there and expose, the good, the bad, the ugly of it all. Because I was told once, you are most powerfully positioned to serve your former self. My former self was lost, trying to find a way, not a lot of guidance, fear, stress, building a family, a marriage, trying to raise healthy humans, like all of these different things. I feel like other people are dealing with it right now, but they don't know. They feel isolated and alone because no one's sharing in the chiropractic industry the good, the bad, the ugly. So that's where I was like, I have to step forward and do it.
And was COVID that moment that focused you? Was that the turning point?
Yeah.
How did that change your perspective then? I mean, what did you do differently as you worked through COVID?
I think let's go to like where I was mentally pre-COVID was more geared towards, hey, I want to open up 2, 3, 5 offices. Let's sell them. Let's exit, maybe go into real estate. Maybe I want to practice, but only 2 days a week. Like that was my mentality. I have 4 children. So I was like, well, I really want to spend time with them. And that's when the initial vision switched. And that's when I was like, we need a movement. And that's when Freeform's, model changed. It changed from corporate to franchise. It was a huge mindset shift. It became more of that movement for the patients and the doctors.
You've now described Freeform as a movement. Give us an understanding of where this movement is coming from and what you're trying to get people to do.
The movement, in a sense, is speaking the truth and teaching people, I know what you're going through. I've been challenged, but you got to take it day by day. It's a culture. It's a standard, really, Wade. If I were to say it in one word, it's a culture. It's a standard that you must set for your team, for your patients, and know, hey, there's a lighthouse out there showing you the way. There's a beacon of light. We're not here to save you, right? That's what most chiropractors, most healthcare practitioners try to do to save this person. We're not trying to save you. We're trying to show you the light and be that standard so you can follow it for your family and your team and your life.
There's clearly a shift in philosophy or a shift in message. Do you see patients are more open to that change in philosophy?
I think now, yes. Post-COVID, you've seen the distrust in the medical system. I mean, there's been national polls that pre-COVID, 30% of the American population did not trust the healthcare system. It's flipped. Now it's actually only 30% believe in the healthcare system. And it's not the healthcare doctors, the NPs, the nurses. These are all amazing people who want to make amazing changes and help people in their community. It's just the system is broken. We all know that. And it's a symptom management system. So like all they're doing is going out there and managing your symptoms. They're not really fixing anything. So what we do And the belief system that we try to convert people to is like, you're responsible for your health. You are responsible for your life. And we are not here to save you. We're here to guide you. I've seen over the last 2 to 3 years, more people seek out chiropractic care more than before. I think people are more educated. I think their bullshit meter is more finely tuned now, so they can see through a little bit of just people are smarter than ever. So being very transparent, being very direct, taking initiative, and having those candid conversations saying, hey, Wade, I truly feel this is the best path for you because this is actually putting you in the accountability seat. But I will give you all the tools, but no one's going to save you. I am here to help. And I think people are waiting and looking for that type of doctor out there now.
So you've got this shift in maybe mentality, or at least shift in the way the message is communicated to patients. Why did that necessitate the shift in business models from a traditional chiropractic office to a more franchise model?
I don't want you handcuffed to your practice. I don't want you to not go to your kids' soccer games or date night or lunch date with your wife because you can't leave your office. I want to teach how to chiropractors. I need to teach them the freedom and the accountability and the lifestyle that we don't really have in our profession.
So it sounds like one of the motivations was to help you retain good doctors, as they feel like they need to move on and start building something of their own, this franchise model where you partner with them to extend your brand into other locations and your philosophy into other locations that helps you retain them more.
Yeah. I feel like they don't know what they don't know. So a lot of these doctors, they see my lifestyle and they see my clinics and they're like, well, I want that, right? And they don't know what it all entails. They didn't see me on food stamps and having my kids on state-funded healthcare and getting paid peanuts and living under the poverty line. So they don't need to see that and they don't need to experience that. So for me, it was also giving them the path without them having to, they're going to go through obstacles regardless, but giving them the path that's a lot clearer for them, because that's another thing we don't have in our profession is a clear path to success. We just have a bunch of people who pretend to be gurus and they're not even practicing anymore, right? Like it's kind of backwards in our profession for some reason. So I wanted to be that standard that can teach them, hey, this is the clear path. And yes, I want to do life with you. I want to, if you want 2 offices, 3 offices, I've done it. I can teach you. There's just not a lot of people out there that can say that.
So what were the challenges? I mean, have you looked back and said, okay, maybe I didn't have to franchise to hold on to good doctors? I mean, have you questioned the decision to franchise? I mean, what are some of the challenges you've experienced?
Yeah, I've definitely gone through those moments of questioning what the hell did I just do? Franchising to me was purely based off the mission and purpose that I feel God put in light around that 2020 time period.
So right now you said you have 9 locations. Have you expanded beyond Texas yet? Is that in the cards or in the future? What's kind of where do you see Freeform in 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, great question. So originally I'm from Dallas, Fort Worth, grew up here, was raised here. This is home to me. So I really wanted to capture this market with multi-location in this area, and we were going to expand out. So we're looking at this being a national brand. We're looking at states like Idaho, Arizona, Florida. We have multiple potential franchisees that are asking and inquiring and doing our discovery days, which we explain what the brand is. They come out, they see our office, they see our main office running. So yeah, we are looking to open it up over the next couple years to being in multiple other states, Arkansas, Oklahoma, because we want that message and that standard, that gold standard, to be set everywhere in America, not just DFW.
Tell me about a situation you've experienced where maybe you've grown faster than you felt you could support, and the lesson you learned.
Yeah, Again, it was kind of that mentality shift. When I first started, I was very frugal, I mean, I didn't buy new cars. I was just, even when I was making money, I was like, is this real? Like, is this, it's a fluke, right? That month was a fluke. Okay. That year was a fluke. And then after I stacked multiple years on it, I'm like, okay, maybe I know what I'm doing here, right? But as we grew really fast, what I learned was I would rather have a deeper bench than having to go out there and just pick someone off the street and say, I need you as a doctor because I need a body.
Yeah.
That's one thing in our Freeform offices is you don't want to be premature in hiring someone because you're not growing as fast, or let's say you're growing at a certain rate. I would rather have that person because that person is an investment. And when I switched the mindset of these people are not just increasing my payroll, this is an investment into the company. This is an investment into higher quality of care. This is an investment into a better patient experience for our patients. Like, once I shifted the mindset and realizing what got me here is not going to get me to that next level, I need to be prepared. I mean, just today, I had a conversation with one of our doctors who is needing a second and third doctor. And I said, you got to be thinking in 3 to 5 to 10 year gaps. You can't be thinking in this monthly, yearly kind of cadence. You must be thinking, where do I need to be in 3 years, 5 years? And what do I need to do now to achieve that? Because this doctor is kind of in a situation where he's got some really awesome personal things happening.
As you're growing so fast, I mean, what has been the biggest challenge?
Well, as you were asking that question, immediately what popped in my head was when I had 1 or 2 offices, I was the white knight that came in and saved the day. I was the one who knew how to treat patients, who adjust really well, speak, convert, educate, do all the things. And I realized that only helps so many
people. That doesn't
scale.
And
it doesn't scale. So every single process, every single procedure, this took 5 years, well, more like 10 years, but 10 years I've been dialing this in consistently. And even today, me and my COO before this call are sitting here talking like, we need a dialed in SOP, standard operating procedure, for this entire training deck, right? We need to get so detailed that anybody can read this and understand the flow of it. And so there's numerous things, from adjusting, Wade, to our soft tissue work, to our rehab. It needs to be so clear for our owner operators so they can say, okay, I know this, now I can train someone else. It just, every single component to our patient flow, our day 1, day 2, what are the ladies saying at the front? What is our front desk saying? What are they saying over the phone? Is it repeatable? Is it reproducible? Because the key here is we have 9 offices because we have reproducible results based off our system, right? So how do we do that? Well, our system is really the key. The operator he operates the system. It's not based off of Dr. Wade's personality. It's based off the system. So that was one thing I learned really quick as we were scaling, is like, we have personality driven practices. We have to drive this to the brand and the systems and the process.
So how do you go about controlling that message?
Well, I mean, we are always constantly educating our team on and reminding them, right? Everybody has really short memories. So we're always reminding them. Plus, you just get in the flow of you're getting in the operations as an owner. You sometimes forget the purpose that you're there. Like, you have to remind yourself why you're doing this. So our core values is a huge component to that, right? Our core values keep us aligned. That's our 10 commandments of Freeform. And those are a guideline. Then we have our detailed procedures and manuals. I mean, we have a marketing attraction manual, we have a conversion manual, we have a retention manual, we have a culture manual. So it is never ending in terms of what we need to be constantly, and we're always tweaking them, right? We're always adapting to the market conditions, to what's out there. We're always trying to get our clinical care better. Right now, I'm meeting with one of the best chiropractors in the world who treats the top of the top because they have a certain component that I think can improve our clinical care. So we're never satisfied. We're always trying to move the needle and differentiate ourselves from everybody else.
As a franchise, they're going to look to you as the kind of the true north when it comes to compliance. How do you tackle that?
Well, you find the experts in the field like yourself, you hire them, and you listen to them, right? It's the same thing in the franchise model. I knew how to be an owner operator that can convert to a CEO who can then convert to more of an investor, right? Those are like the three different levels. You have your owner operator, you have your CEO, and then you have your investor. So like I try to teach them, my doctors, to move into that realm, right? In the business, on the business, above the business. I know that. I don't know health law. I don't know franchise law. I don't know real estate. So we have our partners that we've developed relationships with, like yourself, like our real estate team, compliance team, that can help guide us. And we go to the experts in those fields, because when I started franchising, I didn't know anything about franchising. So what did I do? I seeked out someone who has franchised before, who have moved from 0 units to 40 units, sold the company, and I hired that person, and that's my COO. And Mike Lauer, who runs the operations of the franchise business, he's been through a lot of the things that we're going through right now. So he knows the path. He's been to that mountain. And I want to ask the person, hey, how do you get to that top of that mountain? You've been there. Can you do it for me? And can you walk me through this?
What do you wish somebody had told you that maybe would have made this process easier or maybe a little bit more predictable?
Oh man, that's a great question. You kind of put me on the spot here. I feel as though one thing that's happened to me over the last 10 years of starting my first practice and now growing it over the last, 3 years, we really started the franchise model in 2022. So it's been a lot of growth in the last 3 years. But what I've realized is like, I'm just naturally optimistic, Wade. Like I feel like I've been able to achieve success with my family and my faith and my freedom and my profession because of who I am, my mentality, my optimism. My message would not be necessarily, there's no shortcut. It would just be my saying would be do good anyway, and having moral courage. Like when you catch success, Wade, people will accuse you of your selfish motives, ulterior motives for money. Do good anyway. When you do well, you're going to win false friends. You're going to find enemies. Succeed anyway. When people attack you because you're helping them, help anyways. Like when you're trying to give your best and people kick you in the teeth, give your best anyway. Because I've gone through this and I've found like, okay, that happened to me. Now I'm going to kind of retreat a little bit and I'm going to change certain things. And you do need to change. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your family. You got to protect your faith. You got to do all those things. That's the only thing I would say to myself is like, shit's going to happen. Just continue to do good anyway.
Dr. Jesse Jacobs, Freeform Chiropractic. Hey, thank you so much. I've enjoyed getting to know you more over the last year or so, and just appreciate all that you do and what you stand for. Best of luck, my friend. I'll catch you before too much longer.
Hey, thank you, sir. It was a pleasure being on here, and thank you for doing what you do, Wade.